Hey guys, it's Max. I'm back. Feels good to be back. And I just gotta talk to the camera for a little bit before I'm really comfortable. I'm always super awkward at first when it comes to talking to the camera. And actually, I am awkward at first when I'm talking to my friends. I'll just be like, and they'll be like, why are you so awkward? We've known each other for 2 years. What I wanted to talk to you guys about today was my experience in a not so great debate a few months ago. I don't mind public speaking that much. Yeah, I stutter and I stumble, but I feel like I'm not as nervous as a lot of people when it comes to public speaking. I do some awkward things at times, but I am okay with it. So anyway, when my teacher asked me if I wanted to be on the debate team for the accountancy and IT program, I was like, yeah, I'm down. And the teacher was struggling to get other people to join our team. He was asking the first years. He asked a guy in my class. We're gonna call him Bill because Bill actually plays a really important part in this story. Anyway, we're looking everywhere for a third member. It can either be an IT student or an accountancy student. I'm looking everywhere. I asked my friends to fill in. We're gonna call him Aaron for this story. Anyway, we have our team. Me, Aaron, and a first year named Mark because why not? So I'm just gonna explain our personalities. I'm a bit introverted, but I can get my point across if I really want to. Mark he's like kind of a funny guy. He's really always making jokes, making people laugh, and you think that he's gonna be a good spokesperson for our group. And I already know that Aaron is smart, so I am not worried one bit. I have a lot of faith in this team, and yeah, we're rolling with it. We're gonna have a debate. So anyway, we have the orientation about the debate, the rules, the do's and the don'ts, and the debate's gonna be in like 2 weeks. We're the negative side. We're given our topic, and I don't even remember what the topic was about. I just remember we were the negative. And it was really confusing. It had to do with Philippine politics, which I am not good at all. Me, Mark, and Aaron are in the group chat talking about it. And Aaron is confused about it too, but like the least confused out of all three of us. And he has lawyers in his family as people that he can talk to about this topic. Aaron is the most informed. And while I was reading about it, looking for arguments, I still didn't really know what I was talking about. I had a vague idea of what I was talking about, but we were mostly relying on Aaron to carry out the final blow for the opponents. The day of the debate, we were gonna meet up at 7 o'clock in the morning, but that ended up not happening. I was there waiting for them, texting them, messaging them that day, and they weren't responding. The debate started around 10, and I was waiting from 7 until 9. Finally, Aaron messaged me. He said, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I woke up late. Oh man, that was just the beginning of the troubles. I was looking everywhere for Mark. I was asking his classmates, have you seen him? Do you know his number? Apparently he doesn't have a phone. Somebody told me, don't worry. Mark is the kind of guy who you think is unreliable but will always show up at the last second. And I was just there like, yeah, that calms me, I guess. Aaron, the guy that we're depending on, woke up late, and then when he was finally on his way to school, his transportation broke down. So I just knew I could not depend on Aaron. I was doing more research while the first debate was going on. I was writing everything down, and I was saying, these aren't very good arguments. But they're arguments, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Finally, it was my team's turn to go up and debate, and we were against the teacher education program. All three members were there, and it was just me trying to carry on the debate. It had 5 minutes to put a debate team together. I asked, can I please debate by myself? And they were like, nope, you need all three members. So I was on my phone calling, texting, where are you guys? Please come as soon as you can. And I told my teacher, sir, I need a team, quick. And then he was like, okay, Bill, can you please help Max with the team? I mentioned at first that Bill was the first person the teacher asked, but he declined. I think Bill kind of pitied me because he knew that I worked really hard for this, and he was like, alright, I'll join the team. And I asked another random classmate, like, you, please join. I practically dragged him in and forced him to do the debate. He was just rolling with it. He was so confused. They had no idea about the topic and they were just informed. Just read from the notes. And I was praying for a miracle. Like, please read the notes and just try to sound smart. It doesn't matter if what you're saying doesn't make sense. Just roll with it. So anyways, my team is assembled and we start the debate. I'm the first speaker. Bill is the second speaker and the random classmate is the third speaker. You know, I stand up and I read my notes, I'm saying my arguments. I don't really know what I'm talking about and I am stuttering a little bit. For what it was, considering all the factors, I didn't do that bad. The girl that was the first speaker affirmative for the other team was a much better speaker than I was in that instance, but I did what I could. When I was speaking with the first speaker, I was so unfocused. I was so nervous. I was really worried about my team. I was wondering if Mark and Aaron were ever gonna show up. And then it was the second speaker's turn. Bill was the MVP. Bill, though he had no knowledge in that topic, he was reading the notes like he did. Bill is the type of person that will look you in the eyes and say 2 + 2 is 5 and you better not say another damn word about it. Although Bill was a great speaker and he did a great job for what it was, I didn't have very good arguments and he didn't know the rules for the debate, so he actually broke some rules. He was supposed to ask the second speaker questions about his part and they were supposed to be very simple, minute questions. But it was like an interrogation. He made his questions so long and I was just, I didn't explain it to him. I didn't tell him the questions are supposed to be short and cute and to the point. And then he just kept on talking and talking and talking when he was supposed to be asking questions and I was not feeling well about that. But it was not his fault, of course. Finally, it was time for the third speaker round. Mark walked in right before the third speaker round was called to start. And I was like, oh, it's Mark! It's Mark! My teacher was trying to nudge him, hey, go over there. I told the third speaker, hey, Mark is here, you can leave. The random classmate that I had to be the third speaker left. And Mark wouldn't come over here. I was like, Mark, come! Mark, you have to come. Eventually, when it was Mark's turn to speak, the judges said, where is your third speaker? I had to grab the microphone and said, Mr. Mark, can I please call you to the front to deliver your speech? His face was really like this. He was drenched in sweat, and he hasn't even said a word yet. It's Mark's turn to speak. He just walked in and he's the third speaker. All eyes are on him. He's got 3 minutes. We give him the notes. And he reads them at first. He reads like a sentence. And then he freezes. Bill and I are like, Mark, say something. The room is dead silent. They're listening to you. And suddenly, whispers go across the room. And Mark is really nervous. He's not like him to be nervous. He's just like, I kid you not. He was up there for 3 minutes, silent. And then I'm just telling him, just say thank you and sit down. Just please say thank you and sit down. But you know what he did? He didn't say thank you and sit down. He grabbed the mic and said, I'm sorry. I did not prepare a speech. Put the mic down. They sat down. While our team was feeling really bad, to make matters even worse, the third speaker for the affirmative had the nerve to say, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we're the affirmative and you're the negative. Just wanted to clarify. Like, you're really gonna throw salt in our wounds? You know that we're doing a terrible job. Everybody knows it. Do you really have to say it? For the last round of the debate, we're supposed to have the team leaders get up and give the speech, just clarifying the major arguments in the debate. And I just let Bill do it because I knew that Bill could do it better than I could, and definitely better than Mark could. And while the last round was going on, I see Aaron walk in. Bravo. So eventually the debate ends on a really sour note for our team. We won! No, I'm just kidding. We did not win. Like, really? That was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. There were hundreds of people in the audience watching as my team just went through so much chaos. And my teacher even told me I couldn't stay for the whole thing because of how much was going on. And my teacher actually apologized to me for asking me to join the debate. And my teacher said that he was gonna scold Mark for showing up late, but public humiliation was punishment enough in that instance. That moment really scarred him. It was so embarrassing. It was embarrassing for me. It was probably way more embarrassing for him. A part of me thinks I shouldn't have called him to the front to deliver that speech, but I assumed that he studied for the debate because he knew what the topic was and he knew the debate was that day. I assumed he would have had something. As for Aaron, I was a bit peeved, but nothing could be done. If I have learned anything from this experience, I've learned that you should not depend on anybody in group work, ever. You should always be prepared for yourself. I'm glad I had this experience regardless of all the chaos that went on. And Bill, if you're watching this, you're the real MVP because you joined last minute's notice and you were probably the best part of the whole debate. And thank you guys for watching this video. If you like that, leave that thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hellonis, Instagram. The links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys in my next adventure, which will probably be next week because I upload every week now.